Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 359. And I love that line by Sanji, man. Like, I've always said on numerous occasions, when Sanji shows up, shit gets done. Like, the plot just moves forward some. And even though Sanji isn't the direct reason why the plot moved forward, it's actually Iceberg explaining Nico Robin's true motives. You got Sanji lighting the cigarette, like, he's like, bingo. And it's because he told Chopper, after Chopper asked him, do you think Nico Robin really hates us? And Sanji says, don't you ever forget this, man. Real men, they can forgive the lies that women tell. And that was such a G move right there. That was so beautiful. That was so beautiful, but so true, man. So true. And the thing is Sanji is one of those characters, when he says lines like that, it's almost like I have to take a step back and go, holy shit, son, that's some shit I would have said. Because this is the beautiful thing about people, is people, when it comes time to protect those closest to them, those they really care about, two things can happen. They can change, as what we saw with Nico Robin, but they'll also lie or misdirect you, red herring, whatever term you want to use. They'll lie to you in order to keep you out of harm's way or to protect your feelings. And it's almost one of those moral things you have to ask yourself. Is a lie really a bad thing if it protects the people you care for? Is a lie really a bad thing if it spares someone's feelings? Is a lie really a bad thing if it even shortly delays the inevitable, right? If it just buys a little more time for you to be with those closest to you, isn't necessarily a bad thing. That's why I say, like, good characters, they don't exist in the black, they don't exist in the white, okay? They exist in that gray area, that in between. And if you're a writer, if you can find the way to get your characters to live in that gray, you can make some really good stuff. And that's exactly what happened here, because as Iceberg is explaining to Nami all the different things that Nico Robin told him, one of the things is apparently Robin, when she was approached, the CP9 laid it out for her, like, look, we're working with Admiral Aokiji. Now, we can spare your Straw Hat friends, but you gotta pin the assassination on them. You gotta set them up, and they gotta take the fall for this shit. And they're gonna be hunted, but keep this in mind. We got orders. We can authorize a buster call. And I'm just going to sum it up, because this was some shit that, like, I had to put the volume down and go, what the fuck did I just read? Because they were coming out for the kill. They're going to assemble that many ships, and only the 3 admirals can give the green light on this. There's no way in hell Luffy and them could have survived that. So Nico Robin was put between a rock and a hard place, and knowing that, yeah, she gets to gather information on the poneglyphs and, I mean, whatever, right? But at the same time, what really drove her was just knowing that she had to protect those 6. And that's when Iceberg says, they're going to value the lives of those 6 people more than anybody else in your crew. Not in the crew, anybody else in the world. You're going to value your crew over the world. Do you not care about the safety of the world? And Nico Robin says, I don't. And just look at the determination on her face, to borrow a generalization, at the risk of alienating some of the female viewers I have that watch my videos. I'm going to say this, right? I really and truly believe that when you love somebody that strongly, there's nothing you won't do. There's no line you won't cross in order to make things meet with them. There's no line that will not be crossed. Love, and it doesn't have to be in a romantic sense. Like in Nico Robin's case, it's not romantic. This is crew love. This is friendship love. And it explains why Robin had been, kind of wrestling with different things, like after the Davy Back fight, which was supposed to bring the crew close together, after stuff with Aokiji, was pointing out like, hey, she seems like a little distant. And it's almost like she was hardening her heart for what, like, she didn't know the full extent, but she knew the fact that Aokiji was there. and that they were going towards Water 7, she knew, okay, this is something's getting ready to happen, and she's preparing herself. You know, that women's intuition, I definitely believe in that. I definitely believe in it. It's like that women's intuition, that's a bona fide spider sense. That shit is right 95% of the time. And so after she has the encounter with CP9, Robin, she had already been preparing to harden her heart, but she was willing to take the hatred of her crew, knowing that she abandoned them. She was willing to take that hatred at the expense of keeping them alive. And it's like, that is some G shit right there. Like, I kept saying, man, she reminds me of Itachi Uchiha, and that's some Itachi stuff right there. Taking on the hatred of his village that he loves, the village that he wanted to be Hokage for. Read the Itachi novel, you'll see what I'm talking about. And the hatred of his brother, who he loved more than anything else, only to keep his brother alive, only to keep his village safe. And it's the same thing that you see here with Nico Robin, where Nico Robin, in that short time period, she's grown to love the Straw Hats that much to where she'll take that hate, she'll do unthinkable acts in order to keep them together. And it's very fitting that she's saving Luffy's life after, I believe, like 257, somewhere around there. She had that chapter where she told Luffy, I want to live. And it's because we had the flashback when she first joined Luffy's crew, and she showed up and she was sitting on the deck, and she was telling Luffy it's your fault, and it's because Luffy saved her life, and now she's paying it forward. This was so beautiful. And like, I like that, and I like Nami's reaction when Nami just kind of falls out. It's because she's falling out of shock, I believe, but also, you know, I feel like Nami almost had a miniature panic attack. And it's not necessarily because it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. But it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. Like, do you get where I'm coming from? The first one's more of, okay, this is something I wasn't expecting. And the second one's more out of relief. And I like how after Nami gets everything, all the information, she tells Iceburg, like, look, you say Straw Hats are done. Let me just tell you something, right? And I'm paraphrasing. She's like, let me just tell you something. This is a shonen. That's our friend. We're going to be infinite times stronger in order to save our friend now that we know she needs to be saved. So you have the shonen, you know, cliche. You have the trope. I try to combine two words there mentally. But anyway, you have the shonen trope at play. But I like how Oda kind of flips it where he points out, like, look, Zoro, Luffy, they're going to be okay. And then he just throws the humor in there where she's slapping Chopper and everyone's just like, hey, lady, you can't do that. That guy's seriously injured. And she literally just chops Chopper, which is pretty cool. But she chops Chopper on the face. And Chopper just wakes the hell up. And it's like a call to action. That was really good. And I thought that this part was needed given the seriousness of what's going on with Usopp, because what we do know is we're close to Navy headquarters, right? Usopp is going to be taken to Enies Lobby as well. And because he's going to be taken there, because he said, I left the Straw Hats, but I'm a pirate, they're going to put him on trial. Pirates get arrested, executed. This is key, because if they're going to Navy headquarters, then shit's about to go down. Because they're going to have to break out Usopp. And even if they don't run into the admirals, right? Even if they don't run into the admirals or the vice admirals, they're going to run into some heavy duty people, some top tier fighters, if you will, in order to get Usopp out of there. Because unless they stop Usopp from being taken away, that's possible. But I don't feel like all this small stuff, like the mention that Smoker is nearby and that they're near Navy headquarters, now Kiji's run into him. It's too many breadcrumbs and too many things just thrown out there where I feel like Oda's not going to throw it out there and then not explore it, okay? Like, that's one thing he's good about, is if there's a stone left to be unturned, he's going to turn it over. It might not happen right then and there. He's going to unturn it at the right moment. And so I definitely feel like now that the merry-go is going to be out the picture altogether, because it gets thrown into the ocean and breaks apart. And you got Usopp fucking pissed off at this. And you got all those things working. I could see that friendship power up that comes in so many fucking shonens. I can see that being something that kind of rallies the Straw Hats because they got Nico Robin to save. Let's say best case scenario is they track down Nico Robin because Sanji's there, and they get Robin to come to her senses, right? And they say, look, Robin, we know what's going on. It's okay. You don't have to carry this burden alone. You try to protect us. Now let us save you. That'd be a nice way to tie that up. But then you have the merry-go completely out the picture. Literally, it's dead. Like that's his deathbed. So you have that, okay? So they've saved one comrade, they've lost another, and then they're about to lose yet another because Usopp will be taken to Nizami. Given all that at play, I could definitely see Luffy getting in one of those moments where he pulls the hat down and he's just like, shit just got real. I could see something like that happening. I am so excited to see where this is going forward. You know, obviously for me, the highlight is just reading how much Nico Robin carried on her, that burden, and just knowing that yet again Iceburg is passing a burden on to somebody else, because he passed on his burden to Frankie, and now he's passing on Nico Robin's burden, or the weight of her secret, her truth, on Anami, who's going to give it to the crew. And it's symbolic because instead of just passing on to one person, he passes on to Nami, and then Nami says, okay, that's cool, but I'm not carrying this by myself. That's where Robin messed up. The whole crew is going to carry this. And it's showing that when it comes into life, this video is going to be a little longer than usual. You know, I know a lot of you guys like the longer videos, so thank you for that. But it shows you that in life, some things you can't go through alone. Some things you need people with you. And that's why, you know, I don't mind the friendship trope that's being used right now, because of the deeper message that is being, you know, kind of subliminally thrown in there, where if you read into it like I am, you can see what Oda's doing with this. I thought this was really good, man. I thought this was really, really good. So my chapter question for you guys is going to be, what are your thoughts when it comes to telling lies? Are you saying that it's black, as in lies are completely evil? Are you saying that it's white and that lies can be a good thing? Or are you right there in the middle? What are your thoughts on lies? And have you ever told a lie in order to protect somebody's feelings? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share, comment. Thank you for watching, guys. Have an awesome day.
「